The story of the day is Joe Burrow's turf toe injury, which will require surgery and sideline him for at least 3 months. Typically, the recovery period for this type of injury stretches 12 to 14 weeks, meaning Cincinnati will have to find a way forward without their star quarterback for a significant portion of the season. Without Burrow, the Bengals' playoff hopes are in jeopardy, as Jake Browning simply doesn't look capable of carrying the team to the 8 or more wins needed to stay alive in the AFC race. Teams like Kansas City and Baltimore don't face this kind of quarterback crisis. But for Cincinnati and Cleveland, the situation is spiraling. The Browns, already battling instability at the position, are now in an even bigger mess. After parting ways with Kenny Pickett, their quarterback room is falling apart. And now it looks like Shadur Sanders might be the next to leave. Reports suggest that the Bengals, desperate to secure quarterback depth in Burrow's absence, are prepared to put a jaw-dropping $30 million contract on the table for Sanders. The idea of Cleveland losing yet another option at the most critical position is pushing the franchise toward chaos. And Sanders is seriously considering making the switch. Cleveland's offense has been a disaster. The Browns have lost 8 straight games dating back to last season, and Kevin Stefanski looks completely lost in his play calling. Defenses are tearing apart his game plans with ease, and it feels like nothing is working no matter who lines up under center. Even if Sanders were to start, the environment is so dysfunctional that it could crush his confidence before he ever finds his rhythm. That's why the prospect of joining the Bengals is so appealing. He could step into a system built for success with weapons, structure, and a fan base that's already excited about him. Mirror Sports. USA reports that Sanders sits firmly on the Bengals' shortlist of top 5 quarterback targets, adding even more fuel to this fire. After Joe Flacco's rocky start in Cleveland, it's clear the Browns are in a precarious position. For Sanders, the chance to take over Burrow's spot, even temporarily, represents not just money, but also opportunity. The $30 million contract signals that Cincinnati sees him as more than a depth piece. They see him as a potential future starter. Fans in Cincinnati are already rallying behind the idea, flooding social media with pleas for the front office to get it done. The energy is undeniable, and that kind of public momentum could influence the team's decision-making. Even analysts are weighing in. Stephen A. Smith backed the idea of Sanders joining the Bengals, calling him a great fit, especially while Burrow deals with lingering injury issues. Smith argued that Sanders could begin as an insurance policy, but given time, could step into the starting role permanently. Former MVP Cam Newton echoed this sentiment, pointing out that some of the greatest quarterbacks in history, Tom Brady, Kurt Warner, Dak Prescott, were underdogs who rose to stardom only after injuries opened doors for them. Newton believes Sanders could be the next in that line, an underdog story waiting to happen in Cincinnati. Meanwhile, Browns fans are split. Some argue that the franchise should release Sanders because Cleveland's broken system will only waste his potential. Others feel that losing him would be catastrophic, removing their last hope of finding stability at quarterback. The calls for change are growing louder. Stefanski himself has acknowledged the rumors, admitting that sometimes teams simply can't hold on to everyone. Yet despite the mounting speculation, the Browns front office insists they're not ready to part ways with Sanders. Still, it's hard to ignore the financial and competitive pull of Cincinnati's offer. The situation is reaching a boiling point. If Sanders stays in Cleveland, he risks being buried in dysfunction, unable to fully develop. If he takes the Bengals' offer, he could walk into a golden opportunity, joining a winning culture, backed by passionate fans, with a chance to carve out his own legacy. For the Browns, losing him would be a devastating blow to their already fragile future. While the Bengals could set themselves up for sustained success, even in the event that Burrow's injuries linger longer than expected, this is a crossroads moment for all sides. For Sanders, it's about whether he wants to stay loyal to a struggling system or seize the chance to step into the spotlight. For the Browns, it's about whether they can afford to let go of a young quarterback with sky-high potential. And for the Bengals, it's about whether they're willing to take a bold leap that could reshape the franchise's future. What do you think? Should Shadur Sanders stay in Cleveland and fight to develop in a broken system? Or should he take the fresh start in Cincinnati with a $30 million deal and a fan base already behind him? Could the Browns survive losing him? Or is he their last hope? And for Bengals fans, do you see Sanders as the right man to step in for Burrow and carry the torch? Drop your thoughts below, because this decision could change the trajectory of both franchises for years to come.